Welcome back, everybody. I missed that music. Glad to be back in studio with you, Dave.
It has been a minute, but it feels so good to be back in the podcast studio, and a commitment to start out with. We're going to be back here a lot more as we ramp up into the spring and summer production.
Yeah, stoked about that. Production has been up. We are crescendoing into the summer, so we were stoked about that. Several blitzes over the last couple weeks in Cali to supplement to the year-round income in the year-round production in the other markets.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to watch those blitzes.
Yeah, absolutely incredible to see the numbers ramping. 78 deals sold as a company last week. So thank you. And let's keep that crescendo moving forward. Two specific blitzes I wanted to touch on. The Absolute Blitz starting 2 weeks ago. Those guys went out and just pure mayhem. Absolutely crushed their market and their blitz. Had a great experience. It's really cool to see when a blitz goes well, how that in turn turns into recruiting. The following week after their blitz, Absolute was just back-to-back recruiting meetings all week, hired 20 guys after the successful blitz. And that's just what you expect to see when people are taking advantage of the solar opportunity and doing it the right way.
Yeah, they go out, they're successful, they return, and recruiting happens. Then this last week, we saw Rowan down in the Bay showing us a little bit of a taste of what they did last summer.
Gosh.
Giving a taste of what this next summer is going to look like.
Yeah, small
Excited
group,
for those guys.
Still a relatively small group of guys, 35 accounts last week. Just impressive numbers, getting those quick install times in February. Congrats, guys. Last week, going through the numbers for the different teams, the Bay led the way with 30. Our number 2 team was Apex. They've been our most consistent team all offseason. Thank you, Apex. I was down there in Arizona. Nick, you were with me. We got to spend some time with Apex celebrating their offseason because they've just been crushing all the other offices, but 14. And then the number 3 team, the Spartans out in Greenville with 8, AZ West with 8. So those are your top 4 offices or so on the week last week. Fun to see that competition heat up. It's going to get really competitive as we move into the summer.
Yeah, Rooted region has just been dominating week after week after week, and we saw Rowan this last week come and take them out. So excited to see as these different markets start ramping up here throughout the summer, who will compete at the highest level, not only in the region, but also in the team level. So excited for that.
For sure. The next part that we have to talk about today is so exciting to me. Just the difference and impact that we're making with our Give Back program. We have worked with the Maloof Foundation and OnWatch very closely and do a full company match 4 times a year. So in these unique weeks, we give the opportunity through our National Sales League for guys to donate and for us to match it. But we were able to donate and fully fund a sting operation. That sting operation took place a week ago.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to go down there, a couple of us. It was in the backyard here in Utah. They were camped out at a Marriott hotel, and for 3 days did the sting operation, luring people in. Some pretty cool stories that came out of that. Able to take down a couple child predators, as well as help a few girls that were a little in over their heads get off the streets. So honestly, super excited about the success that we had there. There were 6 different departments, Homeland Security, along with 5 other local law enforcement authorities that were part of that sting operation. They also had upwards of 40 agents there at any given time participating in that. So what a really cool thing to be a part of. I think many of you got a taste of that story at 42X with Julie's story, which was really awesome. A super successful event that we had there at the end of January. Just honestly grateful for everybody's participation. We'll get a report back from the department that ran that operation, that sting operation, and then we'll be able to tell a little bit more about what happened there.
Yeah, our wealth building conference, 42X, it's the best event I've ever been to in this industry. Just teaching the right principles for guys to really go be able to live a life of purpose through this opportunity. And we did talk about the Maloof thing, and I like that Nick was pretty careful about what he's saying and not saying, because there really are things in regards to the sting that are still that we're not talking about, but it was a very successful operation, and the life saved and the lives defended, the impact that we had as an organization. When I found all the details to it, literally brought me to tears. So grateful for everybody's willingness to go make a difference and contribute. And this year we really want to go up the game, right? So we want to keep doing more and more good, through our Malou Foundation connection. So thank you guys once again for all your donations.
Yeah, there was some ongoing support that happened there. We paid for some certifications that will be ongoing, and as well as some equipment. So just wanted to point that out, that it's not just that sting operation. I mean, a big impact there, but some ongoing for those departments.
Awesome. Allows them to keep doing the good work.
Yeah.
Yep.
So jumping into the NSL, it's NSL 2.0 this year. It's the second round of the NSL. Excited.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah, just excited
going.
about that.
Yeah.
Last week, the duos winners from October just had their opportunity to spend the weekend in California at Pebble Beach. So a cool trip for both Trey Nix and Jake Shreve, the winners of that. So we continue to hype that. That's the second year that we have done that trip. So excited to see the coming of that. We're in middle of the Heart Attack and Scout. It has ended. So the numbers are going to come out as you're watching this. We'll start releasing the numbers for those who have won these incentives, but great recruiting incentives, great production incentives for the end of February.
Then we've got Bull versus the Bear coming up, which is one of my favorite incentives. It is something that makes Radix very unique, is that some of our incentives within the National Sales League just aren't a competition to win a trip or a cool toy. Some of them are very much wealth-based, and the Bull versus the Bear is one of those where you get an opportunity to go win an incentive that you can actually go invest into the market to help you build a long-term asset in your investment portfolio. So excited for that incentive to see how guys will go really fight for the Bull versus the Bear in that personal production incentive. Version 2, season 2, whatever we're calling it, of the National Sales League, it's the same thing, but better. And that's really the goal of any program we run at Radix, is year 1, go do as good as we can, but get all the bugs out, fine tune it. So that way we're a well-oiled machine going into the next season of it. And that's what you can expect to see from the National Sales League this upcoming year.
Go make the best of it. National Sales League, just an opportunity to be able to go win a ton of prizes and compete at the highest level with teams all across the country. This will be a call your shot incentive in March. So looking forward to guys going out and producing at a high level.
The growth of, as we wrap up this podcast this week, the growth of the business over the last couple of years has just been astounding. We were up 300% year over year growth, 2020 to 2021. We are currently pacing to be up over 100%, 21 to 22, which is the goal. Go get from 10 megawatts installed to 20 megawatts. We're currently pacing to do that. None of it could be done without your efforts, your sacrifice, your belief in the vision and what we're trying to accomplish here. So grateful for this group. Love you guys.
Have a good week.